Sock Passe, what's going on, world? Welcome to another episode of the Team Sock Passe podcast. My name is Glad.
And I'm your boy, Rob. We are your favorite Team Sock Passe podcast show where we interview great entrepreneurs from all sectors of industry. And remember to subscribe, share, comment below. Subscribe, share, comment below. Glad, what's up, man?
We lit tonight for this episode. We've got our brother. He's been in the trenches with us.
Yes.
Our brother Filmmaker, Mr. Gil Rios of Gil Rios Productions. What's good, bro?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, man? It's been a minute, man.
Long time coming.
I was getting kind of tight, man. I was like, when my episode coming up, man? I'm about to bum rush this.
You called me one late night. You was like, yo, I'm tight right now. I'm like, bro, what we do? What's going on?
I was tight.
You was like, yo, what's up with the episode? What are we doing? When are you going to schedule it?
Watching y'all on the gram, and y'all
got
like,
we appreciate
y'all got like 90 interviews, and I'm like, yo, fuck, yo, can I curse? Can I be myself?
Be yourself,
Be
bro.
yourself.
Nah, this was, thank you for that too.
No doubt, man.
Put a spark in us.
We made it happen. We made it happen. You here in the flesh.
I'm here.
In the flesh.
A Gil Rios production.
Yes.
Talk about it.
The beginning.
Because you're interviewing. Hold on. This, I don't know if you ever seen, this dude is interviewing. He's flying to Miami, Puerto Rico, overseas.
Nah, you're living it up, man.
I applaud.
Where y'all want me to start?
You know what I want you to start?
To say.
Well, before you start about talk about your journey. Even before we met.
Yeah.
Even before we met.
Okay.
What were you doing? Or when did filmmaking, being a videographer, filmmaker, become a passion for you? Like, talk to us, lead us to that, to where you at now.
Okay, so I wanted to do something entertainment-wise, but I didn't know what it was. Mm-hmm. I tried to be a rapper in high school. No. Wow. Son, I had bars, bro. I had bars.
I can see that.
What was your tag? What was your rap name?
Shadow Dweller.
Okay.
It was Shadow Dweller. At first it was Disappearance. And then it was Shadow Dweller. Disappearance. I'm here, then I'm not.
Okay.
Wow. And then it was Shadow.
Okay.
You know, Shadow Dweller, then Shadow for short.
Just being in love with hip hop and the music, you wanted to be part of it.
Right. And then, my man Jay Dollars is laughing in the background.
Jay Dollars.
Shout out
to Jay Dollars.
That's my brother right there. So then after that, I wanted to be I loved comedy.
Yes.
So I tried to get into comedy. Like, I even did some stand-up. If you search hard enough, you might see it out there somewhere.
No way.
Yeah, yes way.
What's that dynamic like, bro? Like getting ready for a stand-up. Like, talk to me about that.
It was something I wanted to try.
How does someone prepare for that? Like,
so
you didn't have stage fright?
No.
Not him?
No.
Okay. So
I didn't have stage fright.
So it was all about the jokes.
Stage fright.
It was all about the jokes. But let me tell you something. It's not easy.
Right.
Everybody says it's easy, but when you get on that stage, if your jokes don't land, and if you don't know how to land your jokes,
right,
it could be a bad night for you.
So how do you practice? Like, are you practicing in front of the mirror, in front of friends and family?
I just practiced my set. I practiced what I wanted to say, and I practiced it with Kia. Who's my fiance? Shout out to Kia. If I don't give her a shout out, forget it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hear it. No cooking, no nothing.
Well, shout out to Kia.
Bendito. Caramba.
Wow. Okay,
So I was preparing, saying jokes with her and blah, blah, blah. And then I just went. I did it for like a few nights. And then I was like, hey, this ain't for me.
Did she laugh at your jokes?
She laughed.
Did the crowd laugh?
I got some laughter.
Okay. Some
but it was, I didn't get no booze. But you know what it was, though? It was an audience where there were other comedians in there and they were just waiting for their turn. So I didn't really get that organic audience. I got people that were waiting to come up to do their set. So I felt like it wasn't really organic.
Okay. So it was just about a crowd full of comedians, looking to do their set.
Exactly, right. So
Gotcha.
I did that a few times, and then I was like, this ain't where my heart is at.
Okay.
So sometimes you gotta try things, and just you gotta feel it out to see if it's something you want to do.
True.
Because once the bug bites you, it bites you, and it's like, yo, I'm here. That wasn't it.
Okay.
So I tried comedy. So me and a couple of my friends, we formed a group called Jerk Sauce TV. Right? Yeah.
So tell me about Jerk Sauce TV.
So Jerk Sauce TV was my homegirl Danielle, Whitney, Elliot, and myself.
Okay.
So and we were dedicated. We were on Manhattan Neighborhood Network through Danielle, because Danielle lived in Manhattan at the time. So
and these are just friends of you.
These are my friends.
Okay.
So we teamed up and we made some comedy. We made some comedy
skits and just
sketches and stuff like that.
Okay.
Another person that helped me out was Inf Mega. Shout out to Inf. He was helping out with the camera when he could, you know, from time to time.
Okay.
We did this sketch called Scarface, The Return of Scarface. But at the time I was an exterminator, right? So Scarface came back resurrected as an exterminator. So he was killing the cockroaches.
Dude, you're funny.
And
bro.
I was Manolo, so I came back as Manolo. Yeah, I was Manolo. So he we had like a roach gel gun, and he was just killing the roaches. I kill you, cockroaches. Da, da, da.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was a funny
cool.
sketch.
I mean, that's definitely
That was a
clever.
funny sketch.
That's clever.
And so, how are you guys? How are you guys? So
I'm not even laughing about that.
who's shooting this stuff? Like, who's recording these skits?
At first it was Inf.
Okay.
And then
and how are you getting this video out there to the masses?
Well, like I said, Manhattan Neighborhood Network.
Okay.
It was Manhattan Neighborhood. See,
like,
he not paying attention.
I thought it was just only social media, but Manhattan Neighborhood.
This was before social media.
Gotcha.
like
you gotta remember
the cable
access. It was cable access.
Yes,
so
yes.
you gotta remember, Facebook was barely around, and we're talking like 2011, something like that. So Instagram wasn't.
Yeah, Instagram
around.
came out around 2012.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So this was before that.
Okay.
This was before that.
What's the name of that social media that everyone had?
MySpace.
MySpace. Well, we didn't use MySpace.
You didn't use MySpace.
Yeah.
But it was strictly like, YouTube was out. So we put it out on YouTube.
Okay.
And then we also did how I'm sounding. I'm sounding good? All right. Shout out to the filmmakers. Respect the shooters.
100%. Shout out Joe.
Shout out to Joe. Respect the shooters.
100%. 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So so we did YouTube, and then we did Manhattan Neighborhood Network. And it was all right. It was going good, but we needed a sustainable camera person. So I bought the camera and I started filming us. And I fell in love with that process so much. That's what bit me. That's when I said, I'm getting emotional just talking about it. That's when I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to do it full time, but I'm going to make a way and I'm going to make it happen. That was it for me. So, and then after that, Jerk Sauce TV kind of faded away, and I was still like, I needed to know what to do. So my homegirl C Tina, shout out to C Tina, man. C Tina, I was like, yo, what do I do? What do I do? C Tina, what do I do? And she was like, start a YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing,
and all of this
but I was just doing it.
And all of this time, what are you doing? Like as a 9 to 5, you're an exterminator.
I was an exterminator. I was killing bugs in New York City for one of the most popular companies in New York. We were doing World Trade Center. We were doing the Flatiron Building. We were doing the United Nations. You name, we did Madison Square Garden. You name the iconic building in New York City, we were exterminating it.
Wow.
And that's that. And
how many years did you do that?
15 years.
15 years?
15 years of my life.
Dude.
Wow.
15 years.
I was an exterminator for 15 years.
Killing roaches.
I was doing bed bugs, killing rats. My first day on the job, I was in Harlem. And I was doing a basement in Harlem. and I was with one of my supervisors who was like, teaching me the ropes. So we were doing one of the basements in Harlem. I think it was Lenox Terrace. Lenox Terrace. And we were in one of the rooms. And while we were doing it, we hear, and my supervisor's like, he's like this. And I'm looking at him like, and we hear,
Nah,
it was a rat.
Nah, I would have ran.
So you know what he does? He goes to the door and he closes the door and he looks at me. He goes, Gil, we about to go to war. And I'm like, what is going on right now? I'm like, what?
So you guys looking like Ghostbusters.
Yeah, bro, I
was about to say that.
Went ham on this fucking rat.
Just one rat?
One rat.
Did y'all kill it?
Yeah, we killed it.
They killed
it.
I'm just saying, like,
we killed it. I mean, I could tell you some stories, man. There was another story. I could go on forever. Like it was a crazy job.
Wow.
So I remember it was again in Lenox Terrace. There was this powder that you use to kill the roaches, right? But the powder had to be used to open, pour, and close. I didn't know that. So we was in his room and when I tell you there was so many roaches, bro, I'm talking about like this, bro, like the wall was moving.
Oh my God.
And me and my man was like, how we gonna get rid of these roaches? So we used the stuff that we weren't supposed to use. We used an aerosol because that entices them. Like that gets them crazy.
Oh really?
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't just spray aerosol because they'll go crazy, especially if that's so many. And then we used the powder. And when we did that, these roaches were gliding, flying on us, and it was crazy, bro. We started shoving, like knocking off the roaches from each other because I was there with my man Ray.
You hear this?
Yo,
this is a wild story. This episode's gonna be legendary.
Yo, my man Ray was like, and I was like, yo, Ray, turn around, and it was crazy. And then we called our supervisor, yo, Roger's crazy, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, my supervisor was like, you cannot leave that room until every roach is dead. You cannot leave that room. There's a laundromat right next door. They're gonna start complaining. What do you use? And we said, we use sprays and we use the powder. That's not what you're supposed to use. So it was.
So you got the aerosol made them. You probably made those roaches high.
Listen, man, they were all over. The roaches were like, yo, where are we?
So how did you end up killing them? Like you end up, so you used the right product.
Yeah, we used the right products and we were able to knock it. It took us like 2 hours, but we were able to get it done.
So you're an exterminator for 15 years.
My life is crazy.
You found a passion. You bought a camera.
Yes.
Your friend said to start a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay.
So after that, so I was still exterminating. All of this, my entire journey from film was me being exterminator and trying to juggle these two worlds, which was very difficult because you start leaning towards one world and then the other world lacks.
True. It's like children. Like
so it was very difficult for me. But what I did was I started a channel and I did, at the time it was called Tattoo Segment. And I went around New York City and I was asking people, talk about your tattoos, because tattoos, I was infatuated. Like, why do people get them? Like, what's going on? So I was on a train and I was on my way home and I saw this white guy. Yo, when I tell y'all, this motherfucker has so many tattoos in his face, his head. Like he was literally, he had mad teardrops. I'm like, damn, this nigga's a murderer. Like he must have murdered mad people. So, but my passion was like, yo, the little voice inside me was like, yo, you gotta ask this guy. You gotta ask him. You gotta ask him. You gotta ask him. So I asked him. I was like, yo, I'm trying to do a tattoo show. I want to interview you. And he goes, oh, okay, that sounds good. I want to do
that. in that monotone voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very soft spoken. Nothing like I thought he was gonna be. And turned out this guy's Doug Drucker. And Doug Drucker was in Law and Order. He was in like a lot of like popular films. I didn't know that at the time. So we did the video like I think a few days later, and we did it in Central Park. And I interviewed Doug Drucker. And I want to say like a week later, that interview had like 18,000 views.
Wow.
And that's when I knew,
This is
from
it.
that day, I knew
This is it.
I was onto something.
Mm-hmm.
I was onto something. So that's kind of like how it started. It started with that YouTube channel. It started with that show.
Mm-hmm.
And I started doing like my like a regular show. And then with C Tina, I did something called Hanging Out in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Where we went to New York City and we would just record what we were doing.
So like you were doing stories or doing like Instagram lives before Instagram.
Before
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit was even around.
Wow.
We were documenting our day. We were doing it.
Mm.
Before blogging was blogging.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Me and C Tina were doing it. We went to the museum. We went to we took the ferry. We went to Staten Island. We did it. We had some pretty decent views. We had a good following, and that's when I wanted to do, when I wanted to step it up a bit further, and I wanted to get more professional.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Rob?
No, I'm
You
just
still
ama-
laughing-
I'm
you still
still
laughing
laughing at Exterminate. But just a quick question. Did you do stand-up comedy with the Exterminating stories?
No.
You should have.
No, I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.
We'll talk off camera about certain things. Go ahead. Go ahead, Glad.
How did you meet SK? I never asked you that question. Oh, I don't. If you did, I don't remember.
Okay, so
Sandy Kane.
Sandy Kane, yeah.
listen,
talk to us about that.
Sandy Kane is my sister. I would do anything for Sandy. She is very special to me. I'm getting emotional just talking about it. SK is, bro. You want to talk about belief? Whew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I met SK when you guys were doing Runway Pride.
Really?
All right. So
2006, 15, 16, I believe.
yes. So the domino effect is real. Because that domino effect started with one of my people's named Inf, who I spoke about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Inf didn't want to do a music video for these two girls, so he gave it to me, and I met this girl, and by me doing this one gig, it was like 4 o'clock. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I think it was in Queens somewhere. It's in somebody's apartment, and a guy by the name of Tony Manchin was there. Okay,
Tony
so
Manchin.
that's how I first met Tony Manchin.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Tony Manchin.
Mm-hmm.
He's with me. He's with me. I could feel it. He's in his room.
Absolutely.
So that's how I met Tony Manchin. And he was like, yo, Gil, we gonna do work, know what I'm saying? We gonna work. Let's keep in contact. We gonna work, Gil, you know what I'm saying? Watch. And I was like, all right. So he invited me to go to Runway Pride, and we started filming. And I had my camera, and I started filming, and that's when Sandy was there.
Okay.
And that's when I met you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you guys, but I didn't formally meet you guys.
Right.
All right. So I met Sandy there, and then me and her connected. And she was in the car. And I remember this vividly. She said, Gil, I have no money, but what I can offer you is network. I can give you my network. If you do that and you work with me and you help me out, I will give you my network. My network will be your network. Take a few days and think about it. And I said, do I not do it because she can't pay me? Or do I help her out and get this network stuff that she was talking about? I didn't know the value of networking. I didn't know the power of networking. So I said, let's do it, SK. Let's network. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. Because of her, I made thousands and thousands of dollars.
Wow. Beautiful.
Facts.
Wow. That's beautiful, bro.
So I'm getting chills right now.
Wow.
So let's do a little recap. Imp had a music video. You went to the music video for these two girls. You meet Tony Manchin there. Tony Manchin sees your vision. Tony Manchin's like, yo, we're going to work. He takes you to Runway Pride. For those of you who don't know Runway Pride, it's a fashion show that Rob and I was a part of with a few other Haitian designers in the Haitian community. Mm-hmm. You just go there just to record.
Just to record.
SK, Sandy Kane, Sandra Judenet, who we interviewed, who became our publicist from that event, was the publicist for that entire event. She was our individual publicist, but she was the publicist for that event. So she was promoting the event, and that's where you guys met. Crazy.
Wow. The domino effect is crazy.
That's what's
okay?
up, man.
What do you want me to guys go? What
no, because what happened?
I'm like a train wreck right now. You guys
no.
I don't know where the
I
fuck
just want to make
going.
sure that the audience gets where we're going with this. Because
you know, you're very good because I'm
trying to reel people in and kind of understand the story, because that's where we kind of connect. That's where we kind of come in, right? Because right from that event, Sandy, who's been watching us years prior of our movement since 2012, right? So we're, Rob and I were at these Haitian parties and we're promoting the brand Sac Passe. We love the culture and this stuff. Sandy's watching from afar. We've never met her before until the photo shoot when we were promoting Runway Pride. We were promoting a cultural fashion show. Sandy was referred to Haitians Rock, shout out to Haitians Rock, right? To come through, come hang out, and to come cover the event. And she knew of us before we met her, right? So she was like, hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? So she knew of us before she really connected with any of the other designers. So it was natural for her, I guess, to come up to us. She's like, I've been seeing you guys in your movement. You guys should be bigger than this. I would like to work with you guys. So we was like, all right, cool. We could use the help, right, Rob? Yep. So that's how we began working with Sandy Kane. And after that fashion show, she was like, I got a dope videographer for you guys. His name is Gil Rios. You guys need this. You guys need that. You guys need this. And the first dramatic situation happened in dealing with you. I don't know if you remember this. We were supposed to do a photo shoot. It was our first photo shoot with you. We were supposed to do it with somebody else. You probably don't even remember.
I don't remember.
But this is one of the first big kind of fallouts I had with SK, and then you guys.
Oh yes.
So I had met another photographer.
Yes.
Because before you wasn't doing video, you were kind of doing.
I was doing video and
photography. Okay, but when we first worked,
because I do have a good eye for photography, but I really don't. That's not where that's not where my passion is.
But when we first started working with you, it was photography.
It was photography.
So Sandy was trying to get us to do a dope photo shoot for our new collection and kind of like, give us a new direction. So I said, oh, I already got a photographer. She was like, yeah, but you need to use, Gil. Like, Gil got the eye. He's dope. And I'm working with him. Trust me. And, the Leo in her way. She was was like,
if you remember,
it was
if you remember, I did photography and video.
Yes.
That day.
And so I said, all right, cool. I fired that photographer and I said, we're gonna work with your person. And then that's when we met, and the energy, and then we became cool ever since.
Yeah.
We became cool ever since.
One of the craziest things we did that day was we had Merson and the other lady. What was her name?
I'm forgetting her name right now.
She's an actress.
Yes, I'm forgetting her name right now. But go ahead. Yeah.
I apologize if you watch this.
Yeah.
So sorry, I cannot remember your damn name.
She was dope. Dope energy.
But she was super dope. But I remember Merson because we connected with Merson more. And we was in Grand Central.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, we need to shoot in Grand Central. You guys were terrified.
Yeah.
We don't want to get kicked out. And I said, I'm a guerrilla filmmaker. I don't give a fuck. We're doing something in Grand Central. It was legendary. We need it. So I remember there was this one space that was blocked off. Remember? It was blocked off. It was completely open. No one was there. It was blocked off. And I said, guys, that's what we're gonna do our shoot. And you no, Gil, but what if they arrest us? And I was like, yo, dude, don't y'all understand?
Uh-huh.
Nah, go ahead, say what
What'd you
happened. Yeah, I was paranoid glad.
Paranoid glad.
Yeah.
So
That's
paranoid
what-
glad,
that's
paranoid
what that's
glad.
what Sandy, that's what
Yo,
Paranoid
right.
glad.
That's what
paranoid
Sandy's
glad.
daughter
glad.
calls me.
Every time we went out, it was paranoid.
Paranoid
glad.
glad.
Sandy's daughter, Chloe. Shout out, Chloe. She calls me PG, paranoid glad.
PG, paranoid glad.
Because she's always in the car with
Yo.
Sandy when we're talking. She was
Right.
like, "Glad, relax. Everything's gonna work out.
Yeah,
Relax.
yeah, yeah,
So-
everything's gonna work out."
It was blocked off. So I went in and I was just walking around to see what the vibes were.
Right.
Remember, no one came to us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. No one came to us. No one. So I said, guys, let's give it a try. All they can do is kick us out.
Right.
They can't arrest us, right?
Yeah.
We went in there and we did one of the
The
best
best
photo shoots
100%.
to this
It was
day.
dope. It was
100%.
dope. It was dope.
It was almost as if it was blocked off
For us.
us, yeah.
No one bothered us.
No one
cops,
bo- like-
nobody.
Nobody bothered
Nah,
us.
it
And
was
if you
dope.
remember, the tourists
Yeah.
were
all-
behind the tape or whatever you call it.
Yes.
They were
The
watching
ropes.
us.
They were taking
The
pictures,
They were taking
and they were
pictures.
watching us.
Yeah.
They were watching us.
It was crazy.
Like we was like, big, larger than
No,
life.
it wasn't Grand Central. It was the
It
No,
was
it
Grand
was
Central.
Grand. No, it
Train.
was Grand Central.
No, that was
we
another
went to,
photo
That was another photo shoot.
was another
Oh,
photo
you're
shoot.
right.
That was another one. We went there next, I think.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
You're
That
right,
was
you're
another
right.
photo shoot.
It was
Another
at Grand
time when
Central.
we did a video, we were doing a video and
Yeah,
we took some other pictures.
Yes, it was. At
But
Grand
the first
Central.
initial one was at Grand Central.
It was Grand Central.
Right. So
Wow, yeah.
and then from there we just
Yeah, we clicked.
we just
Yeah,
we started
that
We
was
rocking.
dope.
clicked. We clicked.
That
We-
was dope.
We
So right now what we got going on is I'm just talking shit
yeah.
and he's like putting everything into perspective. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
put,
no.
put it
no.
into perspective and what are we going
I-
on? What's
I-
the next chapter?
I just want to make sure that people. I mean, we'll share. A couple other stories, but I want to. This is about. This is about.
some stories.
this is about-
Ay, 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 do we have
Oh,
This is about
man.
you. This is at the end of it, this is about you and your hustle
Absolutely.
and as an entrepreneur because
Got you.
the podcast is about entrepreneurship. There's people out there who a young person out there who may want to become a filmmaker
Okay.
and they see this interview and they get inspired by your story,
Okay,
right?
So
Yeah.
where
But-
do I go next?
Where you going next? Let's share another story. Let's share the craziest story that we had together.
Oh
Were you talking about Florida?
We're talking
Yeah.
about Florida.
Oh, we gotta
Lord.
go there, and then we'll get into the other.
Yeah,
stuff.
we'll get to the other stuff.
Okay.
We got to talk about this because
Gil,
it's important.
Gil.
Listen,
Because-
first of all, shout out to American Express.
Bro. If you know,
Shout out to-
you know.
Yo, shout
Shout
out to
out,
American
shout out
Express.
to American Express,
Shout out to American
and
Express.
shout out to Sandy Kane because Sandy
Yeah.
Kane told us no.
Okay, so this
And
is
go ahead.
okay. So for those of you who don't know, how we doing on time?
We're good. Don't worry about the time. We good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your
Okay.
camera.
Nah,
we
we
good.
good.
Talk your
Let's go.
shit.
Let's
Okay,
go.
okay. So forget about the clock. Okay. So we start doing this venture,
Mhm.
right? So you guys tell me, yo, listen, there's a situation in Florida. It's an award show.
A
We're
situation.
invited.
We have a situation.
We have a situation.
A Haitian award show. to
There's
be
a
specific.
Haitian award show. We're invited. We got plane tickets, hotel rooms. We got it.
You remember that,
We
right?
got this.
We're presenters.
So you guys, so they call me, right? And I'm breaking the third wall over here. I'm looking at this camera. So they call me and they say, yo, Gil, we gotta document this.
Mm.
This is gonna be legendary. Oh, it was legendary. All right. It was legendary. So anyway, so we call SK, right? Because she's our spiritual advisor.
That's a great yes.
Well, that's what we came. That's the term we came
That's
up
the
with
term.
for her. Yeah.
Spiritual advisor.
She told you guys
Slash publicist. Yeah.
slash publicist. She told you guys, don't do it.
Mhm.
I got a bad vibe.
Mm.
She tells you guys, don't do it. I have a bad vibe. And glad being glad, and Rob too.
I was.
Rob too.
Yeah, I was.
So
I took an L on that.
and she said, I think you should, and I think she said, and if you go, don't take Gil with you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do not take Gil with you.
Yep.
So I'm talking to you guys, and you guys sold me on it, man. Yo, we gotta go. Nah, I feel good about this, man.
Bro,
let's go. I feel
the
good.
promoter called me at 5:00 in the morning and was like, yo, if you are not here, this is legend right now. This is legendary. You need to bring your camera guy with you. You guys need to be on the plane tomorrow.
Okay.
Literally.
Exactly.
So I'm on the
that
phone.
morning, actually.
That morning.
So
yes.
Rob calls me and
I
he
call
said,
him.
"We're good with the tickets." I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "We're good with the tickets." I said, "All right." So we call.
What they told me.
Right. So we call Gil. Yo, Gil, we're ready to rock. We're ready to go.
So listen, I packed up my shit, packed up my camera.
You had it packed and you was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I'm
Let
ready
me
to
know.
go.
Let me know where to meet you.
So we go to Newark Airport, right? We go to Newark
Was it
Airport.
Newark?
Or JFK.
JFK, one of them.
One of them. One of these airports. So so when we get there, there's no tickets.
Mm-hmm.
There's no tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling the Connect, who will remain nameless.
Correct.
The plug was there
The
you go.
plug was unplugged.
The plug was unplugged.
Right? And
That's a good one, right, Joe? He's laughing.
this
Wait
person
till SK sees this interview.
listen,
Ooh,
the
Lord.
person will remain nameless because I'm not trying to get,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I ain't trying to get shot. Okay. Okay, so no tickets. She makes a few phone calls. All of a sudden, there's 3 tickets.
Mm-hmm.
How did she do it? Or how did they do it? How did he do it? We don't know. But the tickets are there. We go in. We do the, the back thing, yada, yada, yada. I know where you're going. So we sat down. And we were talking. And we were talking. We see a plane take off.
Bro, that had to
We
be
see a plane take off.
Bro, that was the most dumbest day. He said, yo.
We see a plane take off. And he was like, yo, where's our plane?
Yeah, we missed our plane.
And the stewardess said, the plane closed 20 minutes ago.
But here's the worst part. Here's the worst part. Here's the worst part.
Oh my
Yo, we were sitting at the gate.
We were at the gate. We literally saw everybody go in.
We saw everybody going in. We saw people checking their bags. People were walking in.
Yo, bro.
And we're sitting in front of the gate. And
Yo,
yeah.
Yo, we were
Plane
having a
just-
great
Yo.
conversation, son.
Bro.
Yo,
We looked up.
Like, yo,
listen.
we didn't hear last call.
Nothing.
We didn't hear
No.
anything. We
Nothing.
were everybody was
So
just
the
like,
plane takes off. And
Yes.
we're talking to the agent, or who I don't know the terminology. So we're talking to them. It's like, listen, we need to get on this plane. Like it's like literally like it's crazy.
10 minutes
And
later.
then the funniest thing was
God.
Yeah, that was
you
bad.
got to remember Glad still had the bag of t-shirts.
Yeah.
So we have like literally like 1,000 fucking t-shirts. and we're going up to the lady and say, yo, listen, we got to get to this thing. We got no, that was something else. That was the pop-up shop. That was the pop-up
The
shop.
pop-up shop, right?
Yeah, we had
Scratch the shirts.
Yeah,
There
we
were no
have
shirts.
for that one. Yeah, that was
They-
Miami.
scratch the shirts. That was something else. I'm combining stories here. So the lady says, we'll put you on standby.
Yep.
Luckily, we didn't have to wait too long.
Before you get there, before you get, I just want to, I want to underline the mark and highlight and put an asterisk around the fact that before we even went to the gate, we spoke to SK. When we got to the airport, we said, SK, so we're at the airport.
Yo, she
was tight.
was
tight.
She was tight.
livid.
She was livid.
She was livid.
She was like, "You're at the airport. I told y'all not to go. What are y'all doing at the airport?" We're at the airport. Rob said we got the tickets. We got there.
We're good. We're gonna go.
We're good.
And the funniest thing,
She clipped us off right there. Like
No.
she didn't want to talk to us.
listen, what got her furious was, you ever seen those movies where you hear a conversation from the phone and you hear outside of the phone, and all you hear is a little. So you guys go, oh, we got Gil with us. All I heard was, what? You gotta go with
It was bad.
Yeah,
It was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad. I've
It was a
never
crazy
seen that side of
situation.
SK.
Yeah, it was bad.
That was
So
the first time.
fast forward.
Wait,
Missed the flight. Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
we almost did not fly together because they only had 2 seats left,
Yeah.
and we were trying to figure out who were gonna take those 2 seats. And I was like, "Nah, I'll wait for the next one." He was like, "Nah, you can't go. Nah, I'll wait for the next one. No, you go. No, we'll wait. We'll wait. Nah, we ain't gonna do like that. We ain't gonna do it."
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah,
Nah, it was crazy.
that
It
was.
Continue.
Oh Lord.
So we land.
We
We land safely, right?
we
Mhm.
find a flight.
We find the flight. We
We're-
get in
We're
Yeah.
good.
all together,
Together.
right?
Mhm.
And at this point, we're in this journey together. Like we're like knee deep.
Yeah.
There's no turning back. We're in the plane. The plane takes off. That's it.
Cracking
Whatever
up,
happens over there is going to happen.
This is our first time sharing this story actually since that
Yeah.
happened.
Oh yeah.
Because we were like, "Yo, we're gonna keep this amongst us."
We
'Cause
were terrified.
Terrified.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I'm not trying to get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So anyway, we get on we get on this plane and we land.
Mhm.
We go to the hotel. Guys, Sac Passe podcast team, there's no hotel rooms.
There's a hotel, but there's no hotel room.
There's no
yeah.
the hotel's there, but there's no rooms.
There's no room.
With
We-
our names on it.
with
we
our names.
literally said our names.
Yeah.
We spelled it.
Yeah.
We're not on this list.
We spelled it backwards.
Not on the list.
Nothing.
We're not on this list.
Sac passe? No. Nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Vladimir,
Gla-
Rob Constance.
I gave her my government.
Yo,
either
bro.
Robert.
I said Gil Rios. Then I was like Gilberto Rios.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Shit, I was about to say in Spanish Gilberto Rios.
Gilberto.
Like what the fuck? Our names are not on this list.
Nothing.
So
Lord.
I don't know what happened, but you guys wound up getting a room, and I got one of the rooms from someone else.
Shout out to Fred.
Fred from Rebel.
Fred from Rebel.
Yeah, that's
Food's
how we
amazing, by
started.
the way.
That's how we started.
Shameless
A
plug.
It
relationship.
was somebody we knew.
Mhm.
I forget who it was.
It was one of the, I guess one of
One of the organizers.
One of the
Who
organizers.
was affiliated with the organizer.
Thank God she
Right.
recognized us.
She recognized. Oh, what's up? What's going on? We told her the situation. She was
She's
like,
like-
"I'm gonna figure it out."
Right.
She spoke to Fred from
Yeah.
Rebel, who came downstairs in like a 3,000
Yeah,
two-piece suit.
He had a
Crazy.
suite watching,
Yeah, he had some
overlooking,
suite.
overlooking the water.
It was crazy.
And what does Fred do? Here's my card. Go ahead, take the room.
Yeah, change.
Yeah, we
What?
changed.
This is the first time we met him.
First time we met him,
yeah.
gave us his
Take
room.
my room.
He gave us his room.
Yeah.
So we go in there, we change, we do what we got to do, blah, blah, blah. And we go to this fucking thing.
Yeah.
We go to this thing. Everything's looking good at first.
We get there. Remember, we missed our flight. We take a later flight. We get there. This thing is still not starting on time.
It still hasn't started.
It still didn't start.
And we got there late.
So that means we were still good.
Yes.
Because we were stressed like, we're going to be late. We're going to be late. We're going to be late. We weren't
Good.
late.
No, we were good.
We were good.
So we change, we get dressed, we go to the spot. Aesthetically, everything looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
The spot was nice. People were there.
People were dressed nicely.
People were there.
Yeah.
All the awards were there.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like a mirage because the closer you got, the more things started revealing themselves.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
was like,
Yeah.
it felt like I got a weird feeling, dude.
Yeah.
And then you guys go up, you do your thing. And when it's time to give out the awards,
Yeah.
there are no artists.
There's no artist there.
No artists. And when I mean no artists,
Like no one.
I don't mean like one artist showed
No.
up to
nobody.
no one showed up.
Yeah, we were
And
embarrassed.
these are supposed to be, these artists are supposed to be
Top
the most popular artists
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Community. Yeah.
in the Haitian community
It was bad.
that's rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some artists even crossed over,
Right.
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
this was supposed to be a big deal.
Right.
Mhm.
So no one was there. And I remember the lady,
Mhm.
I'll accept this in their
Behalf.
what do you
In
say?
their
I'll
behalf.
accept this in their behalf. I'll accept this in their behalf. I'll accept this in their behalf.
It kept going on and
Yo,
on.
every fucking award, dude.
Dude.
I'll accept this in their behalf. I'll accept this in their behalf. And then I remember that Bugs Bunny thing where he just slides down the chair. Oh shit.
I felt embarrassed.
It was bad.
So
bro.
here we are in the Haitian community. We're inviting someone who doesn't speak the language, this is their first time literally being open to the culture at the time at an award show in Miami at that, and there's no award show.
No award show.
It was an
So
award show.
It
it was like, wow,
So-
I'm sorry, Gil.
So the lady or the guy, they leave. We go back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
We go to sleep.
Yep.
We wake up the next morning, and now, and
Here
now-
we go again.
and now it's time to go home. So they only bought us one-way tickets. So how the fuck were we gonna get home? So listen. So we're talking to the person that's supposed to be taking care of us, and
She's giving us the runaround at this point,
or he,
or he.
right? They're giving us the runaround,
You're right.
and the runaround was real. I'm talking about like this person was a master.
Was
master.
definitely
In the
a master.
runaround.
Yeah,
I mean,
Applause to that. They were definitely a master.
yeah.
up to the point where
Facts.
they were like, I'm gonna get you home. Why would I do? Even if I gotta put you on my back and take you home, I'm gonna
It was
take
bad.
you home.
Like we were literally in their room waiting for them to figure out what the situation
And
was.
listen, the scariest part for me was when I was terrified. Y'all motherfuckers, I don't know where you guys went. You left me in the room with these people. And
We were trying to figure it out.
The funniest thing was, I didn't speak the language.
Mm.
So I don't know what the fuck they were talking
Yeah.
about.
We were trying to.
We're trying to figure out
How do we
were
get
like,
out, right?
we were at a
Yeah.
point where
We
we
were
were
trying to
like,
fig-
we need to get Gil home,
right,
and we'll figure out
like,
how we
yeah,
get
we were
home.
just
But
trying to-
me being the guy I am,
Mm,
I said, if one of us don't go home,
yeah,
none of us go home.
yeah.
And bro,
And
at
bro-
that point,
Not yet. Wait.
mm,
Go ahead.
So, and the
He
funniest
said
thing,
not yet.
the funniest thing is, everyone there thought I was Haitian
yeah,
because everyone was like talking
yeah, they thought
Creole.
you're
Right,
T-Vice
right,
people,
right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then and I was like, no. English. I don't speak. I
Yeah,
don't speak Creole. So I was terrified. And in my head, I'm like, where is Glad and Rod? I don't want to end up in some river somewhere. So anyway, they came back, and the person said, I'll be back. I'm gonna take care of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
They never came back.
To this day, we're still waiting on.
Yeah.
it.
They never came
They
back.
never came back.
No, they
So
never came back.
we talked to Sandy and we were
Oh, we heard it.
panicking. She
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
I told you guys I had a bad feeling. How you gonna get home?
Huh?
Da, 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 da.
It was bad.
So
Yeah. No, it was.
listen, I took out, remember that
Hmm.
that was the shotgun comes back. In film, we called that the shotgun.
Mm.
In film, when you say something in the beginning and then you go back to it later, it's called the
The
shotgun
shotgun.
because you're preparing.
Got you.
That
Got
was
you.
that
got
was
you.
a big. That's a big shotgun.
Tell him the shotgun.
I called I went on my American Express app and I wanted to make sure we had enough to get home.
Mm-hmm.
And we had enough to get home.
Mm-hmm.
So I booked us all a flight and we left together.
Within like a couple of hours, bro.
Yeah.
Within a couple of hours, we left together. I was not gonna leave you guys behind.
And
Thank you.
yeah, shout out to Gil. And the organizer called us like, yo, where you at? Where you
We
at?
Left.
Peace.
We didn't even answer their phone
We
call.
left.
We didn't reply to their text.
And that, my
We left.
friends, is the story
Crazy.
of the Haitian Creoles
So the moral of the story is listen. First of all, listen to your spiritual advisor.
Yeah.
/ publicist.
True.
Because Sandy always has. She's an energetic person, right? If she feels something is not right,
She doesn't.
She's
yeah.
all on
she's
energy.
like, she's all on energy. She's
and let me
like,
tell you,
don't do it, bro.
And
Just
let me tell
don't
you,
do it.
she's never wrong.
She's
She's
never
never
wrong.
been wrong.
She's never been wrong. She's
Nope.
never been wrong.
Okay, so where do we go from here? After we told this epic story.
So
Go ahead.
I just want to say this: not only were you were like a godsend, but at the same time, we applaud you
Yeah.
on how much you wanted this, just as bad as we wanted.
I believed.
Yeah.
You believed in
I
us.
still
Yeah.
believe.
Because we went there, we weren't prepared. We just went there like, oh yeah, they got us, they taking care of us, and
Right.
yeah, you believed in our vision, and you know what I'm saying, you were there for us for sure. We definitely appreciate that. Never forget that. It's an awesome story.
Awesome story.
Awesome
man.
story.
Awesome
It
story.
was crazy.
Yeah.
But
So,
within that, you know, I think there was like the daytime we went to go get lunch.
Mm-hmm.
There was a nighttime when we were trying to figure out the hotel situation. You were still recording us,
Yeah.
right? So that we were
Oh, it's in.
like we
You
were
still got that?
It's filmed. Oh yeah, I still have it.
Oh.
we were in emergency mode, but you were
I still
still
have it.
you were still recording it.
I still have it.
You were still
Hilarious.
it's you know what I'm saying? So when
I
you
still have
said like that bug bit you and that you were passionate about the craft,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there we continued working, right? We did the New York Fashion Week. You recorded that. We went on to do
Which I posted the other day as a Throwback Thursday.
yes, I
cool.
saw that.
Yes.
You went on to do the
we did a Miami festival with him.
the pop-up shop. That was
The
a
pop-up
success.
shop.
That
Legendary.
that one
Yeah.
was legendary.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Kango Kid.
Kango Kid, yeah.
Legendary.
Rest in peace, Kango Kid, who
Legendary.
flew out just to support us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that was big. That was big.
Big time.
Big.
Yeah.
Now that's when SK went with us.
Yeah,
like
from-
SK, Mimi playing the
there,
Vance,
yeah.
Gil, like the whole crew was there. Was like,
Right.
ain't shit happening.
And it was
We're gonna make
everything,
sure.
everything went well.
Right.
Like that was the first time in a long time, Rob. We felt like it was only me and you doing it. Like
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, organizing it. Like we felt like we had a team
We had a team, yeah.
that was on the same page,
Yep.
and not just going to party with us. That's one thing, but like to execute an event.
Yeah.
You guys were there with us.
Yeah, everybody
Applause.
executed.
Applause.
Everybody knew, yeah.
100%.
Hands down.
100%.
Everybody showed up.
Yep.
And so, you know, we're working together. We're doing great things. And then we slow down the brand for a little bit, you know, but you keep going.
Oh yeah.
You keep like the film thing, the talk to me about tattoo life, because here's the shotgun, right? Another shotgun. You talked about that YouTube video you did about tattoo. You and SK collaborated on a legendary documentary TV series,
Yeah.
Docu-series.
docuseries called Tattoo Life.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
So that's where I was going next. So I told Sandy I had this idea from a long time ago, and she fell in love with the idea and she wanted to do it. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So I had her support, and I knew so now I had somebody that had my back.
Mhm.
So at this point, we're trying to rename the show. Tattoo segment wasn't really appealing to me anymore.
Mhm.
So we were talking about it, and then she was like, why don't you call it Tattoo Life? So I was like, I love it. So we went on to create an episode with Renee Soto, who the connection was through my exterminating job. You see,
It's so
you see,
crazy.
you see how
That's
shit
crazy.
works.
That's
so
crazy.
You see how shit works.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So through that connection at my job, the guy's like, oh, I know somebody. So I was like, okay, thank you. I didn't know how legendary he was. I just wanted to film my first professional show as with my new skills and everything, right? So excuse me. So we go there, we film Renee. Renee turns out to be this legendary tattoo artist. He tatted Redman, Method Man, De La Soul, Cypress Hill, and the legendary Tupac.
Yes.
Okay?
Big.
Yeah.
Big time.
Big.
So I take that episode, I edit it, and at the time, Sandy was doing something with the Hip Hop Film Festival, which they were on their second year, and she's in there and she's like, Gil, why don't you enter this? And my self-esteem wasn't what it is now. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think it's good enough. She was like, Gil, enter it. You never know. So I take her advice, her spiritual advisory. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I entered it, and I'll never forget. They announced it on 1010 Wins video. They had a 1010 Wins thing, and it was a video. And the CEO was there with the host, and they were announcing the people that got accepted. Tattoo Life was one of them.
Wow.
And I was ecstatic. I was literally not doing my job as an exterminator. I was outside. I was tuned into the TV. I was like, yo, fuck these stops. I got to find out what's going on. So
not doing my job.
Once they said Tattoo Life, I was like, what? Oh my God.
The confidence went through the
Sandy
roof.
almost lost it because Sandy was in the room in the back.
Wow.
She almost lost it. So that was good news. But even better news was I was up for the finalists, right? For two shows, for two awards. I forgot what the other award was. And then the main hip hop award.
Right.
So I won two awards. Not one. I won two awards that one weekend.
Yeah. And we were there.
Best new media and best docuseries.
Yeah.
Best web series.
Yeah.
And I remember the lady saying actually, I think she said this last year. She said, awards don't make checks. Awards don't make, she said something to the effect of, awards don't make money. I'm all about the check. I want to pay people for the, I want to pay people, for their work and blah, 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 for the award thing.
Right.
I disagree with that. Because me winning that award opened a lot of doors for me. So I disagree with what she says. And she's going to see this video. She said, I'm all about the checks. I'm all about the awards. Because the award, to this day, is opening doors for me.
And so after that happened, how soon after did you transition full time to becoming a filmmaker?
Okay, I'll tell you that. Before I get to that, there's something else that happened to me that kind of solidified me as an underground great filmmaker. Which is, I did my first screening for Tattoo Life. First screening, I was terrified. No one's gonna show up. It's gonna be a flop.
I remember that event.
The fear.
Yeah,
The fear.
Yeah.
And then Sandy was like, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do it. So we had a DJ. We had DJ Araton on set.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think you guys were there.
Killed it.
Jay Dollars was there. A lot of my friends were there. And then the thing that Sandy did was she put it on Eventbrite. And the night came, started off a little slow. I was
Terrified.
This was in Harlem, right?
No, this was an IMI Studios and Ahmad's.
Yes.
And it was the first time Ahmad did a film screening.
Yes.
IMI was fairly new at the time. And if it wasn't, Ahmad, correct me. But from what I remember, IMI was fairly new. And I'm not going to say IMI is the house that Guilt built. I'm not going to go that far. All right. But I want to say that at the end of the night, over 100 people showed up. We had to close the doors. We had to show 2 separate screenings.
Big.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
that night solidified me as a filmmaker's filmmaker, because I did what a lot of people can't do, which is show a film and pack the house. That's one of the things I'm remembered for. And
you're still an exterminator at this time.
I'm still fucking killing bugs. I'm still killing bugs after all of this shit. So it goes to show you, you have to fight for what you want until you can finally get there. Now, a few things happened after that. I taught for Lincoln Center, which is one of the most iconic non-for-profit organizations on earth, right? I worked for Lincoln Center. I was at the Rolling Stone. I was in one of my videos was in Source Magazine. Shout out to Chopper Zoe, because it was his video that got it there. So shout out to Chopper. And so my name was already there. It was the fear. I didn't want to jump yet because of the fear. And I remember one day I woke up and I was crying.
Crying because you didn't take that jump yet, or you
crying because I didn't take the jump, Glad. And I was so scared to take the leap. I was terrified. And I woke up and I said to myself, I've never felt suicidal, but that morning I understood why people do it.
Wow.
If that makes sense. And when I felt that feeling, I said to myself, I'm going to resign. Today's the day. Wow. I sent them a resignation letter. And I didn't even give them 2 weeks. I said, I'll give you a week.
I was going to ask.
I give you 5 days. I didn't give them 2 weeks.
You didn't even talk to Kia about it. You just...
No, she knew. She supported me.
Okay.
And that's another important component. Her support gave me the strength to quit my job. So she was also a very important component to me making this decision. She always had my back when I was nothing. When I was a security guard making $7 an hour. Wow. When I was in shit, she was with me. She was with me from the beginning.
Wow.
And you don't see that anymore. That's love, yo. Yeah. When they love you,
give me chills, man.
When they love you, when you're nothing,
yeah.
That's real, bro.
Yeah. That's tough.
Appreciate you.
Bro. That's tough, man.
Wow.
Thanks for sharing that.
So I quit. And from then on, everything opened up. People from Houston came to New York. I went to Houston. I went to Miami. I did this. I did that. Everything just took off for me.
Wow. You took the leap, and
I took the leap. I jumped out the window. I didn't even know if I had a fucking parachute. I just jumped. I said, "Fuck it."
Did you have savings? Did you have
nothing?
You had nothing.
I was not prepared.
But you had the hustle.
You had the heart.
But
you had the heart.
I had the heart.
You had the network.
I had the network, which is very important. Networking is crucial. I had the network and I had the name. And I used it to my advantage. And it worked. But don't do what I did. Don't just jump out the fucking window. Because that shit may not work out for you. I did it because I made a calculated risk. I was an award winner. I was in all these platforms.
You had the network.
Major platforms.
You had the network.
And I had the network. So I said, why not? And it worked. Be prepared. Have a plan before you jump out the window.
And so...
Wow. Amazing.
Bro, you're all over the place. You're I don't know. You're international, bro. You're just all over the place. You're doing all different types of interesting projects.
Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, what I want to talk about as an entrepreneur, where you're at right now. So...
Shout out to Joe, by the way.
Shout out to Joe.
God damn it. Shout out to Joe.
Joe's
Shout out to Joe.
And Sweet 1041 people.
Sweet 1041.
For sure.
How much are you making now? Are you allowed to say that? Like, how much are you charging for a photo shoot for those who may want to know what it takes to be a successful filmmaker out here?
So for like music videos, I charge like between 1,500, something like that. But I work with the artists.
Okay.
I try to work with the artists. I do events. I'll charge like 800 for an event, something like that. I try to keep it reasonable.
Okay.
If I'm doing a documentary, that's where things get tricky because I have to charge more, minimum 10K for a documentary. Minimum. That's where it starts because there's just so much involved.
Right.
So,
how'd you come up with your prices? Like
Google, stuff like that, comparing to other people and just trying to
speaking to other
networking, speaking to other people. And so that's well, I want to say the last 2 months I've made 5K per month. These last 2 months.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's
good
what's
for
up.
you, man.
That's big, man. Talk about some of the projects that you've done and some of the people that you enjoyed working with in the past and currently.
Stuff I've done in the past. So I did a Kickstarter for a project called I Am Maurice. And I'm trying to remember the comedian's name. Oh my God. I can't remember his name right now. I'm blanking. Will Sylvince.
Oh, I remember that.
Haitian comedian.
Haitian comedian.
Haitian comedian.
Hilarious.
Why you?
Yeah. He's funny. He's funny.
Will Sylvince. So Will Sylvince, and this is through SK. SK knew Will Sylvince. So she threw that line at me. And me and Will Sylvince were working together because they were trying to get funding for their film. And so they were doing a campaign. So I would go there every few nights and interview these legendary comedians to say, hey, support. And then we finally did the Kickstarter. We did the Kickstarter video. And for those of you who don't know what a Kickstarter video is, it's a video to let the world know why you need money for a certain project. Which is the basic, translation. And we did the Kickstarter video, and I helped them raise over 100K.
Wow.
Oh wow, man.
They had a plug. They had plugs, and they did that. And thank you. So with the help of my videos and their connections, we were able to raise the amount that they needed to.
Wow.
You did a was it DR Puerto Rico? You did a film a few years back. Talk to us about that experience about filmmaking.
No, this was actually I think it was earlier this year.
Okay. How was that experience?
So it was great. It was great because I worked with a gentleman by the name of Noel Calloway, who Sandy plugged me with. See a pattern? Sandy. Get someone that knows a lot of people. So Sandy connected me with Noel Calloway, and when I first met him, I still had my job. But when I left my job, I was like, yo, bro, let's go. Say no more. We worked together one time, and we just vibed really well. So he has a lot of connections. So he got this big budget to film in Puerto Rico. And the name of the movie is called Aurora. And this was a stage I was not familiar with because this was shooting a movie.
Oh wow!
With cameras.
You with a team or by yourself?
No, it was a big team.
Okay.
Big team.
Okay.
But the thing was, I didn't know anything about shooting a movie. I didn't even know how to put red cameras together. I didn't even know how to assemble them.
Wow.
And the position he gave me was the assistant to the assistant cameraman in this film. Okay. And in my opinion, I thought that was the best position to put me in because I got to see everything from the outside. I was able to see how things worked from the outside in. And by the end of that movie, I know how to put a red camera together. I know how to set up a pterodact, which is the monitor you hook up so the director could see. I was able to accomplish and do so many things. And I gained a lot of experience from that.
That's what's up.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What are you working on next? Like, what are some of your next projects that you're gonna be working on?
Right now, I am working with Tupac's family. I'm working with Talib Shakur,
Okay.
son of Mutulu Shakur, who is a political prisoner, and we're trying to get him out of jail. So we're putting a 6-episode documentary, and we're talking about legendary aspects of his life.
And what's the relation with Tupac? What's the relation?
To what?
What was his name again?
Talib
Shakur.
Shakur.
What's the relation with Tupac?
He's related to them.
No, by like cousin or.
He is the son of Mutulu Shakur. Mutulu Shakur
got you.
is his father.
Got you.
He didn't find this out until he was like 50-something years old.
Wow.
Because of things like COINTELPRO, which was a government organization to capture certain political prisoners and strip them away from their families and have no. So it's crazy. We talk about it in the doc. So through COINTELPRO, he didn't have a relationship with his father, and he found out 50 years later. So now Mutulu Shakur and Talib Shakur, they said, we need a documentary. So the documentary is about Talib getting to know Mutulu through these series of interviews. So what we find out, America finds out.
Wow.
And that's and I'm attached as one of the directors for this film.
That's big, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, man.
That's big.
It's big.
That's
And the other documentary I'm working on is it's called The Life Book of David Bascom. Now, David Bascom is a legendary soccer player. And he was molested from the ages of 11 to like his early 20s. Okay? But that's not where the story ends. The story is about perseverance, him fighting through that and still being a soccer legend. The man has rings. The motherfucker's like Michael Jordan. Okay? Rings. So he decided to do his story. But they also wanted to film it. And my name came up. And now I'm attached as the main director for that film.
Wow.
Very nice.
Killing it, bro.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
And before you get out of here, talk about your passion project or one of your passion projects with Jay Dollars. I know you always big up Jay Dollars a lot. Talk about that.
Me and Jay Dollars, we work together. We're partners. We're brothers. And whatever he needs film-wise, networking-wise, he says, yo, big dog, you my manager, you my brother, you my filmmaker, yo, you everything, bro. Like,
Right.
so I'm a little bit of everything. I help when I can.
That's what's up.
And we're trying to get more footage of him, and then we're gonna do a documentary about his life. And we have footage. We have a lot of good footage of him going to the eye doctor because he's partially blind. And so we take the camera, we go into the doctor. They do all these examinations, all these crazy lights, and we interview his doctor.
That's what's up.
So we gotta. It's gonna be insane.
Very nice. Wow. Who are some of your people that inspired you through this journey?
Spike Lee.
Okay.
Spike Lee, Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese.
If you could work with one.
If I could work with one, Spike.
Okay.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down.
Because of Spike and his eye
No, not because of that.
as a filmmaker?
Because of the hustle.
Oh, the hustle.
The hustle. When he first started, he was everything.
Yeah.
He played so many roles.
Yeah.
When he did She's Gotta Have It, I think that's a correct film.
Yeah.
Don't quote me because I'll be on some ditzy shit. But I believe it's She's Gotta Have It. He played so many roles that usually takes a big team to do.
Yeah.
He did it himself.
Yeah.
He only had a few people to help him out. He played so many roles. He was the director. He was the camera guy. He had to
Actor.
feed people. He had the. He was one of the actors.
Yeah.
So he had so many roles. So that level of commitment, that level of belief.
Nah, he's serious. He's serious about it.
So if I'm gonna jump into anybody, pause. If I'm gonna jump with anybody in the foxhole, it would be with Spike.
With Spike.
If
That's
somebody who who's out there in the Hollywood world, that he would be one of them.
And hopefully one day you'll do our doc.
If you could tell Spike one thing right now on camera. That's your camera right here.
If I could tell him what?
If you could tell Spike one thing.
If I could tell Spike one thing,
Yeah.
What would it be?
What would it be? About Gil Rios. Why Gil?
Because I was just like you.
Mm.
I came from the gutter. I came from nothing. I came from the South Bronx. They counted us out, and we are still able to achieve. The power of belief is unshakable. So if you put me in one of your sets, I'll be the first one there, the last one to leave.
Powerful.
Wow.
Let's do let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Surprise question.
Oh God, this shit.
You remember?
Mm-hmm.
You was on the other side of the camera when we did this before. Here we go. Go ahead. What you got?
What are you most thankful for? I am most thankful for the women in my life.
Why so?
My mom, she was a big support for me, even when I was little. She died when I was 11, but she was very special to me. And then when she died, my cousin took over, and she raised me. And she was only like 19 years old. So a kid raising a kid. Not only that, she was able to become a success. Got her bachelor's, got her master's, teaching, excelled, and still took care of me. And here I am today, an entrepreneur. Sandy, the level of belief. Kia, my ride to die. If I become homeless, she'll be right there with me, shaking change and shit. That's the women in my life have shaped me into the man I am today.
Wow.
That's what I'm thankful for.
That's chills, bro.
I think that's the deepest.
That's powerful, bro.
Wow.
That's powerful. You gotta let people know where they can find you on social media so they could check out your artwork, your creativity, where and if they want to work with you, let the people know where they could check you out.
The only way you could find me is on the Sac Passe podcast. When they link me, then you find me. I'm not important right now.
Mic drop.
You find me through the Sac Passe podcast, you motherfuckers. You want me? You want to see my work? Watch when I pop out and my link comes in, then you do it. Subscribe to the Sac Passe podcast.
Hey, you heard
That's
it here
where you
first.
can find me.
You heard it here first. My guy. Yo, talk to him about the task real quick. Talk to him about the task. What task you got?
Oh my God.
What task you want to share?
This one is Margarita Torres. Rest in peace, my mom.
Yeah.
This is a king piece with MM, which stands for 20 years, 10 years, which was this is me and my queen. So she has I think this is a queen, and she has a king.
Okay.
Or the other way around. I don't know. What is this, a king or queen? I don't know.
That's the king.
This is a king. So
Yeah.
she has the queen.
Gotcha.
And this represents how long we've been together. Right? So this is my hip hop arm. hip hop here with a turntable. Over here, you have Celia Cruz, John Lennon, and Bob Marley. All right. And in the back, it says music doesn't die. Because even though they're dead, their music doesn't die. Right?
Powerful.
And on my leg, you have Ernesto Che Guevara, Cuban revolutionary who took over a place that was infested with crime, infested with corrupt leaders. And him and Fidel Castro, they went on top of that mountain. They went all the way down and they said, we're taking this back. Now, whatever else happened after that, they don't know me. I'm just telling you the origin of how it happened.
Beautiful, bro. Tattoo life.
After that, whatever he did, he did.
Gil, thank you so much, bro. We made it happen.
We made it happen.
Legendary interview.
I'm trying to make it legendary.
Nah.
Was it legendary? I don't know. You tell me.
The clips from this interview, bro.
Insane.
Insane, bro.
It's gonna be insane.
Insane.
I see the eye. You got the eye of the tiger, bro. Like,
yeah.
You're passionate, and congrats to you. Congrats to your future.
Thank you.
It's already here for you, bro.
Yeah,
it's already. You got it.
You got it, bro. You're doing it.
And if we're gonna sign off on something, to all the filmmakers out there that want to become a success, network, have somebody that's gonna ride and die for you, and have belief. Never give up. There's many times I wanted to give up. Many times I wanted to quit. Many times I wanted to put that camera down. I never put the camera down. Never. Because y'all ever seen that meme of the two guys digging?
Oh, yeah.
And then the guy up top quits and he leaves?
Yeah.
And he's right there.
The diamond
and then you
right
got the
there.
guy in the bottom who has so much gold to go. And he's like, like, everybody needs to be that guy at the bottom. Everybody needs to be that guy. That's
love
it. That's
your
all
energy,
I gotta say.
bro.
Love
your
it.
energy.
Always love you.
Come
on, guys, it's not enough.
We shut it down. That's it. We gotta shut it down.
Shut it down.
Joe, shut it down. That's
Joe
it.
gotta go home. Everything is done.
That's it. Cut it off.
Housekeeping items.
Team Sock by Say Podcast. Thank you again, Gil.
Sponsors.
We appreciate you. Roots of Brooklyn. Thank y'all. Sweet 1041.
Check us out on 10 Watt
TV.
TV.
He's telling me to shut it down, and we shut it down. Thank you. Shout out to Jay Dollars.
Jay Dollars.
Are you
Day
recording,
one.
Joe?
Also seen on
Okay.
Team Sock by Say Podcast.
Yes.
And with that being said, Team Sock by Say,
We out.
we
Listen,
out.
Wait, before you stop. Shout out to Joe, because without Joe, none of this shit would be possible.
And that's 100% true.
None of this shit would have been recorded.
100% true.
Wow.
Shout out to Joe. I'm out. That's it.
We out. We
He
out.
walks off.
Mic drop.
Beat.